This hour, Missoula police say one of their officers was involved in a shooting incident late this afternoon. KPAX's Kent Lutzen joins us from the North Side neighborhood where the shooting happened. He has the latest now live. Kent?
Thanks, Joe. We have very limited information right now, but still a very active crime scene. This is what we know. We know that just after 4:30 this evening, there was a suspicious activity happening in a dirt lot at the intersection of North 2nd and A Street, and officers responded to that. At one point during that encounter, shots were fired involving the responding officers. Now, the press release the media got did not elaborate if anyone was injured or not. Travis Welsh with MPD says this investigation has now been turned over to the Montana Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation. This is very common when an officer is involved in a shooting. They send it over to the state jail.
Kent, this happened around 4 and they're still out there tonight. Any idea how long they may be at this crime scene?
Yeah, so state crime investigators actually thought they were going to have this wrapped up earlier in the evening. However, they're going to wait until daylight. They want to have more light to be able to see and get more information as this develops, Jill.
All right, Kent Lutzen reporting live. Thank you. We will follow up with the Department of Justice tomorrow and bring you the very latest on this story as it is developing and is still under active investigation. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas has announced Hurricane Dorian has killed at least 5 people. This Category 4 hurricane is slowly moving toward the southeastern United States with 25 million people in its projected path. CBS's Nicole Killian is in Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Hurricane Dorian has already brought deaths
Please pray for us.
And devastation to the Bahamas.
We are in the midst of a historic tragedy in parts of northern Bahamas.
The Red Cross estimates 13,000 homes were damaged or destroyed when Dorian made landfall as a Category 5.
Complete devastation. Look at these cars, man.
And the National Hurricane Center predicts the storm will keep lashing Grand Bahama Island through Tuesday morning. The storm is immense, prompting hurricane watches and warnings from Florida to South Carolina. More than 5.5 million people have been ordered to evacuate, including coastal areas east of Interstate 95 in Georgia.
I want to be very clear. They will be on their own if first responders are unable to reach them.
Families lined up outside a school in Jacksonville, Florida, now serving as an evacuation shelter.
We just want to make sure the kids can, survive through this and have the right environment.
Nearby in Atlantic Beach, all the beaches are closed and a curfew is in effect beginning Monday night until further notice. The outer bands of the storm started hitting South Florida Monday afternoon.
It rains like crazy for about 15 minutes and then it dries up and then the next squall just comes in.
In Jupiter, workers boarded up stores with hopes that Dorian stays far offshore, but ready in case it lurches west. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Now, nearly 4 million of those under mandatory evacuation are in Florida. 93 nursing homes and 7 hospitals have been evacuated. Much calmer weather in our part of the world here in western Montana as we close out the last unofficial day of summer. What can we expect as we head back to school and work? Here's Elizabeth Copeland with that. Elizabeth.
Yeah, good evening, Jill. Very calm evening. Sunset looking great across Hamilton, clear skies, and that's allowing temperatures to drop very quickly. So First Security Bank ICANN there right before that sunset, just about an hour or so to go. See a lot more of those sunny skies today and expecting more of those warmer temperatures tomorrow. But after that sunset, we see those temperatures start dropping quickly. So down about 20 degrees than what it was earlier today. We continue seeing those dropping overnight into the 40s and 50s. Tomorrow morning for that bus stop forecast, heading back after Labor Day, expect 50 degrees as you head off to school. And we track changes in the forecast moving in by the weekend.
Hope of finding more survivors of that overnight boat fire in California is growing dim. Divers are searching the waters now. So far, at least 4 bodies have been recovered. Another 4 were located on the ocean floor. Many more people are still missing.
The boat remains unstable, and I'm not sure when we're going to be able to recover those bodies as well as any more that may be within the vessel.
The scuba diving boat caught fire in the early morning hours off California's Santa Cruz Island. Flames consumed the vessel, trapping some 30 people in the sleeping quarters below deck. 5 crew members were awake and above deck. They jumped overboard and a nearby boat picked them up. The passengers on board were experienced scuba divers, and authorities say The boat, named the Conception, well, had an excellent safety record. It was working just fine at the time, but they're still investigating what caused the fire and making sure that everything was up to standards. The FBI and the National Transportation Safety Board will continue to investigate what happened. A Florida man is dead following a deadly crash near Ronan Sunday. The Highway Patrol says the driver lost control trying to negotiate a curve on Moise Valley Road. She overcorrected, sending the vehicle off the road. It overturned and it hit a tree. The passenger is a man from Florida who's 33 years old, was sitting in the front seat and was ejected on impact and was killed. The driver, a 34-year-old woman from Ronan, and a 30-year-old passenger from Polson were also injured in the crash. Alcohol and speed are thought to be factors, according to the Montana Highway Patrol. They're still investigating, but do say nobody was wearing their seatbelt. Warmer temperatures this afternoon sparked active fire behavior for a fire burning in Sanders County. Fire officials say this is a 4-acre wildfire burning in the Hot Springs Creek area. It started from a lightning strike in the past few days. It's burning in heavy foliage, which includes snags and downfall. The Confederated Salish and Kootenai Division of Fire has numerous people on the scene, along with helicopters with buckets, but no structures or any infrastructure are being threatened at this time. Now, northwest of Great Falls, emergency crews are on the scene of a wildland fire this afternoon. This one started just outside of town. It burned at least 100 acres. Emergency crews battled the wildland fire for hours. They put evacuation in place for all homes on Golden Valley Loop and the surrounding areas near Vaughn. Cascade County Sheriff Jesse Slaughter says several outbuildings and possibly 2 homes were burned here. Right now, they don't know what caused it, but the Cascade County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate.